Pharrell Williams' Lego movie is definitely going to fail. Let me explain why.
We told my story with Lego pieces. Seriously?
What is up, guys? It's Mike here. Make sure you subscribe to my channel and check out some of my other videos. Okay, let's get into it. Oh boy, so I saw this trailer for this new Pharrell Williams movie, Piece by Piece, which I've got to say is the most absurd film premise I have literally ever seen in my entire life. And unless you've been living under a brick, you probably know that this is a Pharrell Williams biopic made in Lego style. Also, did you like what I did there where I said, if you've been living under a brick, instead of if you've been living under a rock? That's actually quite clever, just saying. And as soon as I saw this trailer, which admittedly looks kind of cool, I knew instantly that this movie would be a commercial failure and nobody is going to see it. And I actually think there are a few factors that will contribute to this movie being a big failure, but the first one is the fact that Lego movies just do not work anymore. And I gotta say, when the original Lego movie came out back in 2014, I think, I was absolutely blown away. I think we can all agree that this movie was really well made, the story was great, but seeing Lego come to life on the screen like this was a novelty that I'd never really experienced before.
Honey, where are my pants?
I mean, I'm sure there are millennial or 90s kids like me who remember watching the Bionicle movies, which I guess are technically Lego movies, except they were really bad and nowhere near as incredible as what the Lego movie achieved. Plus, I'm pretty sure the Lego movie was the beginning of Chris Pratt playing generic animated characters in movies. You know, since playing Emmett, the Lego movie guy, he's popped up as Super Mario and Garfield and a bunch of other roles that I guess I've just forgotten. And even though the Lego movie was a massive success commercially, I always knew that it wouldn't continue to be successful as it continued.
No. It's only over if we give up.
There were 3 follow-ups to the Lego movie. The first 2 were the Lego Batman movie and the Lego Ninjago movie. Side note, I have no idea what Ninjago is. While the Lego Batman movie was actually pretty good, and I think it poked fun of a lot of Batman's history in film,
I'm just gonna come right out and say it. I hate you, Joker.
the Lego Ninjago movie, which came out the same year, wasn't really successful. And followed it up a few years later with the Lego Movie 2, the return of like the original characters in that original world. It was clear that the Lego animated movie phenomenon was just a one-hit kind of wonder. And after the Lego Movie 2 failed to perform, Warner Brothers actually sold the rights to Lego animated movies back to Lego. I think it's true that sometimes you can have too much of a good thing, and sometimes movie studios see a successful film and then try to replicate it again and again and again with sequels, spin-offs, sidequels, prequels, all of this stuff, but the audience quickly loses interest, particularly in something like the Lego movie, which was such a novelty when it came out. And that takes us back to this Pharrell movie. Now, I don't particularly know heaps about Pharrell's music. I definitely enjoy some of his songs, particularly his collaborations with Daft Punk, which I think are great. But I wouldn't exactly say that Pharrell's legacy is strong enough to make a biopic about him in the first place. And in the late 2010s, there was this sort of surge of music biopic style films, particularly with Bohemian Rhapsody, which of course was the Freddie Mercury and Queen story, and Rocket Man, which was the Elton John story. Both of which were reasonably successful and decent films as well. And the thing about both Freddie Mercury and Elton John is that they are both just such enormous artists with incredible legacies. Just a quick interruption, most people who watch my videos aren't subscribed, so if you could hit that subscribe button below and leave a comment and a thumbs up, that would mean a lot to me, so yeah, please do that. Alright, let's get back into it. Baz Luhrmann's Elvis followed a few years later and was also quite successful, and again, Elvis Presley as a performer and a musician is so universally renowned. Pharrell, on the other hand, while being big and successful and well known, doesn't, to me, have the same legacy and social standing as some of the acts I mentioned earlier. And again, I'm not trying to discredit him musically or his career. I just don't think as many people care about Pharrell as they care about Elvis Presley, Freddie Mercury, and Elton John. And then you have this weird hybrid thing where instead of being a live action biopic, it's a Lego movie. Again, this is one of the weirdest decisions I've ever seen. And it kind of reminds me of like mixing milk with orange juice. You just wouldn't do it. And both of those things are fine on their own, but when you mix them together, it suddenly tastes like shit. And in the development of the film, Pharrell Williams actually said he wasn't interested in making a traditional biopic, but rather wanted to convey the story in a more imaginative and genre-defying way. I guess this is where his idea of doing it in Lego comes from, but I wouldn't say that doing something that was done 10 years ago is genre-defying in any way. If I wanted to talk about a music biopic that was genre-defying, I'd probably go to something like Weird the Al Yankovic Story, in which Weird Al Yankovic's music is showcased, but because his music is a parody of popular music, the movie was also a heightened parody of biopic movies.
Your dad and I agreed it will be best if you just stop being who you are and doing the things you love.
And to me, that is a genre-defying film, not like making it out of Lego. As well as the fact that, as far as I'm aware, Pharrell Williams has no direct connection or link to Lego. It just seems to be a really random decision. Like, it would definitely make sense or be fitting for, say, a biopic about the creator of Lego to be done in Lego, because he created Lego, right? That's a apt way of making that movie distinct from other autobiographical films. But Pharrell Williams, who is like a R&B pop soul kind of musician, is not linked to Lego in any way. I think the main thing that misses the mark about this movie is that creatively it doesn't seem to have any reason to exist in the way it does. Like, when I think of Lego movies, I would say that those movies would be targeted to kids, and while I can acknowledge that Pharrell's music might be accessible and interesting to kids, I don't know if kids particularly want to see a Pharrell autobiographical film. So overall, I'm calling it now. This movie will fail commercially. I have high hopes that it will be a good animated movie, but I have serious doubts that anyone will really want to see it. Sorry. Oh, thank you so much for watching another video, guys. I really appreciate you being here. Hey, if you liked this, check out some of the other videos on my channel. There are a bunch there. I'm growing a fair bit, so I'd love for you to be along for the ride. I just do pop culture takes like this with a funny, witty kind of narration. I don't know, just more of this. You can also join my Patreon if you like my videos. Support me on Patreon. Thanks to all my Patreon supporters over the years. I feel like I'm entering a new era of content, so I'd love for you to be around for the ride. I really appreciate it. Make sure you drop a comment. Do you think people will watch this movie? I don't, but I would love your take as well. Make sure you subscribe, check out another video, and I will see you in the next one. My name's Radio Mike, and this has been The Inside of My Mind. Catch you later.